Hey everybody, what's going on? Jimmy Poma here, back again with another awesome video. And in today's video, we will be unboxing the Google Pixel 3a. So a huge shout out to Google for sending me and adding me onto Team Pixel to check out this phone. So really, I'm one of those guys that is a huge Samsung user. So this is gonna be something a little bit different for me. And I'm gonna be able to play with this phone from the outside in, giving you my perspective on this device. And for me, the first things in my head is that this one will be definitely compared to the OnePlus 6T, and then as well as the Galaxy S10e, but at a smaller price point. So today we will be unboxing and setting up the Google Pixel 3a. Super excited, and again, thank you Google for adding me to Team Pixel. So let's get this thing opened up and let's check out what is on the inside. Now also, after this video, make sure you guys stick around for the future videos. I'll be doing some charging tests, battery drain tests, camera tests, and a whole bunch of other really cool things. So if you guys like the rest of my videos, or if you're brand new here, make sure you guys stick around, hit that subscribe button and the like button. So inside of here is just going to be a couple different cards letting me know about Google Fi, as well as joining Team Pixel. Inside is also going to be a pop socket, and it looks like it says Team Pixel on the pop socket. Also comes with the Pixel 3a case, which I'm a little questioning if this pop socket will fit onto this case, looking at the fabric being used, but we will also test that too in a future video. And then for the Pixel 3a, I do have the black version, so I don't have purplish or clearly white, I just have black, which I'm actually happy with. That actually looks like a very solid color. And then there is a little tote bag on the inside as well. So how about we open up this phone and let's get it set up. So the Pixel 3a is finally here, and the model that was sent to me was the Pixel 3a. There's also another version called the Pixel 3a XL, which is slightly a larger screen size and also a slightly larger price point. So the Pixel 3a starts off at $399, with the Pixel 3a XL being at $479. This one has a 5.6-inch display, 64 gigs of internal storage, and this color here is just black. So let's open this up and let's give it a little check out and also get it set up and see what everything looks like. So first off, opening this up, it has a pretty good weight to it. I know that a lot of people, a lot of reviewers were pretty much comparing this one almost to the same weight as maybe the original Pixel 3, but I am super glad that there is no notch with this one, so you will have a little bit larger of a forehead and chin on the top and the bottom, but it feels really good with your fingerprint sensor on the very back. It is also equipped with one sensor on the back and then also one camera sensor on the front, but they do come with the Sony IMX363, which is a pretty high performing camera, which I'm super excited to finally get myself a Pixel camera. I'm usually used to these Samsung devices, so I'm really excited to give this one a test. This one is going to supply your SIM ejector tool, and then underneath that is going to be your USB Type-C cable, so you'll be able to plug this in and charge your device. This one is the adapter for the migration tool if you like to plug in another phone into this one. This one is USB Type-C that goes in the bottom of your device. And then this one will be the wall mount, which is giving you your fast charging of 18 watts, which is huge. So again, I am super excited to test the 15-minute charge, which will give you 7 hours, and we'll see if that is what it gives you. So let's power this on and let's get it started. Now we just got the phone turned on, and just a second ago I had to do a factory data reset really quick to start from fresh. There was already a VIP Gmail that was associated with this phone, so I got that one turned off just so we'd be able to go from the very get-go, just like anything you guys would do with this phone as well. So I'd be able to connect this one to the mobile data if I was to put in my SIM card, which I'll do that here in just a little bit. First, we will go through and just set it up with my Wi-Fi, and let's go from there. Now, I do want to say one of my future videos that I am going to do as well is going to be the family mesh, the Google Wi-Fi system with 3 hubs. It's super amazing. The Wi-Fi goes actually really far, so I'm going to move on over into that family mesh. So let me type in this password. Now, I did go ahead and I placed on the Google Pixel 3a case. It actually feels really good, so it kind of has this like felt little cloth type feel to it, and so when you actually hold on to it, it feels pretty good. It's not going to be slippery, it's not going to be sticky, it's not going to really be anything, and I feel like this is going to go in and out of of the pocket really easy. So I'm going to hit on this power button really quick just to kind of show you what it does look like. So it's really easy to put on. The inside of it is going to be a little bit of a felt feeling as well. I should probably check out exactly how, what the materials is made of this, but it feels really good. I just don't know about the pop socket. I think it is going to fit on there pretty well. We'll see how long it'll also stick. But this right here, I just wanted to kind of show a little bit of the case. It does feel good, but it's probably not going to give you as much protection as any other case. So here you can copy apps and data. You can transfer your apps, photos, contacts, Google account, and more. You can choose which content to copy. So I'm not going to copy anything yet. That's probably going to be another future video, which is migrating everything over from your old phone to this brand new phone. So now let's go through the initial setup here. So I'm going to type in my Google account. Now I do want to say that going through this and typing on that keyboard actually feels really good. So this is a really nice Google keyboard that's on here, along with the vibration motor on the inside. So it doesn't feel cheap at all. Any other phone that I've used that was down at that $400 price range has like a weird motor on the inside of it. I'm not really feeling so good. So I feel like this one, I'm just so happy that it doesn't feel cheap. So now let's go through and do the Pixel imprint. Note your fingerprint may be less secure than a strong password or PIN. So let's go through next. I'm going to type in my PIN for any time I don't want to use the fingerprint, or if the fingerprint doesn't work. So let's set this up. Now what I'm going to do is go in the very back and I'm going to touch on the sensor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like you got to touch it 9 times. Fingerprint added. Would you like to see the icon? Use your fingerprint for identification. Okay, let's hit on next. Make Pixel uniquely yours. Keep going to set your Google Assistant, change your wallpaper, and more. Or leave now and finish later. So you know what, how about we just go through and let's see what this is all about. I've actually never gone through this amount of the setup just because I've never really had a Google Pixel before. So access your assistant with voice match. Your voice match lets you access your assistant directly by using your voice, even when your screen is off. So let's go through and set this one up. Your assistant can already recognize your voice. You're all set. Really? Squeeze for your assistant. To talk to your assistant at any time, quickly squeeze the bottom half of your phone, then release. All right, so let's go. Squeeze the bottom half of your phone. Try adjusting. Okay, so you'll be able to go through a light squeeze or not. So you can basically go firm or you can go light. Let's see, so that one's light. How hard you gotta go? So that one's definitely not firm at all. Oh man, that one's like a good hard, handshake. There we go. I'm gonna just go with right in the middle. So let's go to next. Always on display. Time, notification icons, and other info will appear on your lock screen. So I'm gonna turn that one on. So I'll probably play with that also a little bit later to see what it does with the battery percentage and battery life and everything else. Set up a few more things now or find them later in settings. So I can add another Gmail account. I can add another fingerprint. I can change the font size, change the wallpaper, control info on lock screen, identify music around you, and review additional apps. So no thanks on that one. One last setup. So for support, tips and tricks and more, go to settings, tips and support. Okay. Adding finishing touches. And we are all set. So a couple of things that I do love about this phone is that, you're not getting a budget phone. So I know a few people kind of related this one to a budget phone. This is a mid-range phone. A budget phone is something that is sub $200. Now this one is right around that $400 price point, and I feel like this one's gonna go into a lot of hands. So even though there is a XL version that's $479, that's just a little bit larger. This one has a 3000 milliamp battery, which is the exact same battery size as the Galaxy S10e, which I will be doing some videos in the future for. But the larger version, the XL, does have a battery size of 3700 milliamps, which is actually really nice. That's a pretty big battery size on that one as well. Now, my initial thoughts on this phone right away when I'm trying to interact with the phone is what I'm used to on the Samsung Galaxy devices, which is if I swipe up, it'll go inside of my application tray. If I swipe down, it'll pull down the notifications panel or the quick settings. So I am finding that I'm gonna have to go to the very top to get into my quick settings and the notifications, as well as when I go inside of the applications, if I do a really fast swipe up, it'll only pull up my assistant along with some of the recent used apps, and then one more time it'll pull up everything else. Unless if I pull it up really slow, then it'll pull up all the applications extremely quick. So I'm gonna maybe go through some of the settings, see if there's something I can change. Maybe a launcher I can always play with too, but I don't think I'm gonna really ever do a launcher on this phone. I wanna see exactly what Google has in store with any of the updates that they do, with anything that they offer. It's the same thing I do with the Samsung phones as well, as I wanna see what they offer. I like their user interface as well too. So with this one, it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but the nice thing about this channel here is that you're really gonna see the insights of my usage on a Google Pixel versus what I'm already used to. So I'm actually very and extremely excited about getting this phone, very excited about testing out the battery life as well as the camera quality. So I hope that you guys have liked this video. If you guys did, please give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys stick around for some future videos where I will be doing some tips and tricks and tutorials about this device. I'll also be doing some comparisons with the camera as well as the battery and some charging. But I'm just gonna play with this thing, get used to it. I'm gonna use it as the main daily driver for as long as I can to get to know this thing in and out, so that I can be able to give you guys as much knowledge as possible if you're looking at the Pixel 3a. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.